Copyright 2014, Math, Diagnostics, and Intervention, all rights reserved. We're going to take a look at how to solve inequalities in one variable and graph them using a number line. The first thing we want to do when we solve inequalities is we want to turn the inequality into an equation. So we're going to start by turning this 4f minus 6 greater than or equal to negative 26. We're going to make it equal to 26. Then we're going to follow our rules for solving equations. This is a level 2 two-step equation that we know to add 6 to both sides of the equation. We get 4f is equal to negative 20. Then we divide both sides by 4, and we end up with f is equal to negative 5. This gives us the edge of where our graph is going to be. So we're going to have a solid dot at negative 5. And the reason we have a solid dot at negative 5 is that our graph includes the endpoint. We have a greater than or equal to, so we can be equal to negative 5. Now the question is, do we want the right half of the graph? Do we want the things that are bigger than negative 5, or do we want the things that are less than negative 5? Right now we don't know. So we're going to take a point other than negative 5, take a number other than negative 5, and we're going to plug that into the original inequality and see if it works. I'm going to pick the number 4. So we've got 4 times 4 minus 6. Is that greater than or equal to negative 26? 16 minus 6 greater than or equal to negative 26, and I get 10 is greater than or equal to negative 26. That's a true statement. So because the number 4 is true, all of the numbers to the right side of our negative 5 will also be true. So we shade or draw our ray in that direction towards our 4. Now, the rule is that as long as my variable comes first, the direction of the graph and the direction of the inequality will be the same. So my variable is f, my edge is negative 5, and then the direction of my inequality and the direction of the graph will be the same. So f is greater than or equal to negative 5. Let's take a look at another one. Let's take a look at negative 8h plus 1 less than negative 15. Once again, we start off by turning our inequality into an equation. So we're going to get negative 8h plus 1 equals negative 15. Then we're going to subtract 1 from both sides of the equation. We've got negative 8h is equal to negative 16. We divide both sides by negative 8, and we end up with h is equal to 2. This once again gives us the edge or the endpoint of where our ray is going to be. So we end up with an open circle at the number 2. The reason we are open this time instead of closed is because we are strictly less than. So the number 2 is not going to be part of our solution. Once again, we're going to pick a number and see if it works or not. I'm going to pick the number 0 this time. So I'm going to plug 0 into the original inequality. So I'm going to go negative 8 times 0 plus 1 less than negative 15. 0 plus 1 is less than negative 15, and I get 1 is less than negative 15. That did not work. And none of the numbers to the left of 2 will work as a result. So we want to shade everything to the right, again, of 2. So we shade everything to the right, and once again, as long as our variable is first, the direction of the graph and the direction of the inequality will be the same, so I get h is greater than 2. So far we've taken a look at some relatively simple equations for our inequalities. We ended up turning them into two-step equations, but this process will also work with more complicated inequalities. Let's look at this one. Once again, we're going to turn our inequality into an equation. So I've got negative 10 times 6x minus 9 equals negative 2 times 7x minus 8 is minus 18. Then we're going to distribute negative 60x plus 90 equals negative 14x plus 16 minus 18. Combine our like terms. Negative 60x plus 90 equals negative 14x minus 2. Bring the variable to one side, add 14x to both sides, 14x, and we end up with 46x, negative 46x plus 90 equals negative 2. Subtract 90 from both sides. Negative 46x equals negative 92. Divide by negative 46. And we end up with x is equal to 2. Once again, that is the edge of our ray. So I will have an open circle at 2. And the reason, once again, that it's an open circle is that we are strictly less than in our original inequality. So because we are strictly less than in the original inequality, the end point will not be part of the solution, and we show that with an open circle. Pick a value other than 2 to plug into the original inequality. I'll pick the number 0 again. So negative 10 times 6 times 0 minus 9, is that less than negative 2 times 7 times 0 minus 8 minus 18. Minus 8 minus 18. So I get negative 10 times 0 minus 9. 0 minus 9 is negative 9. Is that less than negative 2 times negative 8 minus 18? End up with 90 less than 16 minus 18, and we get 90 is less than negative 2. That is not a true statement. So 0 did not work. That means everything to the left of 2 will not work. So my graph must go to the right. So I will draw the ray to the right. And once again, as long as the variable comes first, the direction of the graph and the direction of the inequality will be the same. So I'm going to have x is greater than 2. So if you turn all inequalities into equations and follow these rules, you'll have very little difficulty with inequalities. Good luck.